to Wrestling Connection. I'm Johnny D, the Redeemer, and please join me in a moment of silence for Michael Cole. Oh my god, that was an awesome Raw. Okay, so today I'm going to do my review of Raw. I'm sorry it's kind of a day late. Yesterday I tried doing this video, but I was having problems with my camera, so I'm doing it now. Raw opened up with Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar, and we had another great promo by Heyman, and I guess Brock. I mean, he was just kind of there. Heyman carries most of Brock Lesnar's interviews just because he's amazing on the mic. Not Lesnar, but Heyman talked about how Wrestlemania went, how he almost respected Reigns, blah blah blah. I liked when he said the thing about Brock was hungry, so he decided it was time to leave. You know, saying he was going to end the match. I thought that was pretty funny. And then he went on to talk about Rollins and how pretty much he's going to beat his ass, and that they were invoking Lesnar's rematch clause that night. Steph comes out and says Rollins isn't here yet, so you can have your match, but it'll be later on at night. So that was kind of that. Then we had the Intercontinental Championship match between Daniel Bryan and Dolph Ziggler. This match was pretty good. I have high expectations for the two of them because they're such great, in-ring performers. So it wasn't quite what I would have wanted to see, but it was still good. It was a good, decent match. The highlight of the match, though, was after Daniel Bryan won and retained the title, Bad News Barrett, who was doing commentary at ringside, came in, attacked the two of them, and Sheamus' music hits. He comes down to the ring, fights off Bad News Barrett, and when you think he's going to help Bryan and Ziggler up, he attacks them too, giving him a heel turn. And with that heel turn, he had a new look, which I like. A lot of people have made fun of, but I think it looks cool. I think it kind of helps him give him more of a badass image. He's got this spiked mohawk thing with his beard all braided up like he's a dwarf from Lord of the Rings, but I think it looks cool. I like Sheamus better as a heel. I'm not a big fan of Sheamus, but I think he's better off as a heel, doing the whole bad guy thing. Then we had a 6-man tag match with the Lucha Dragons, who are awesome. I'm glad they're being brought up. Well, I guess Kalisto is being brought up, and Sin Cara is being brought back up. You can tell Sin Cara's been working to get better, and he definitely did. He really shined that match. And Kalisto was amazing. Wow. That guy, I love luchadors. Lucha Libre is awesome. I love the stuff they do, and he really brings that to WWE. He's awesome. Those guys really outshined in that match. It was them with New Day, which was Big E and Kofi Kingston, versus the Ascension and Kid Cesaro. It was a good match. Done really well, like I said. Lucha Dragons really shined. New Day were just kind of there. I'm not big on the New Day. They're just not clicking with me. I think they should have came in as a heel group like they were originally supposed to. Kind of like a newer version of the Nation of Domination from back in the day. But whatever. WWE is what they want. And then, Kid Cesaro, like I said, I'm into them. They did good. I'm really liking them. And the Ascension, I like the Ascension. They're a good heel tag team. I like that WWE's really building up their tag team division again. But with the Ascension, my last video I talked about with Taker and Wyatt, how they could do a new ministry. I think if they were to do that, the Ascension would fit really well in with them. I could see them being the acolytes of this new ministry. But good match, good solid match. Rollins shows up, and Brock Lesnar comes out to have the match. Rollins comes out with the belt, gloating, celebrating, and he pretty much, just as the match is about to start, he says, "You know what? I'm jet lagged," and I like the line. He's like, "Oh, my foot hurts from curb stomping you." I thought that was cool. He says he doesn't want to have the match, and that sends Lesnar overboard. He attacks Seth Rollins, goes to suplex him, and Rollins flips and lands on his feet, which I thought was cool. Runs out of the ring. Lesnar catches him, goes to F5 him. J&J pull him down. Lesnar hits J&J, and that lets Rollins get away. And that pisses Brock off even more. He flips the table on the announce table on the commentators and grabs Michael Cole, puts him in the ring, F5s him so hard his shoe flies off. And there were jokes all over. Oh, Michael Cole died that night. That was the whole moment of silence thing. That was a rough F5. That was brutal. Brock Lesnar grabs the camera guy. He's going to F5 him. When Steph comes out and she's like, Brock, don't do this. He's a camera guy. He's a civilian. Don't do this. F5's his ass anyways. So Steph suspends Brock Lesnar indefinitely. Brock Lesnar gets even more pissed and F5's the poor camera guy again. And they leave. From what I'm hearing, the reason for Brock getting suspended is because he's still on a part-time contract. So they kind of need him to get off of TV for a while. And I guess the way of them doing that is to suspend him. Rumors are he's not going to be showing up again until SummerSlam, possibly. So I'm sure when he comes back, he'll come back into the... I don't know. Maybe he'll come back into the title position. Maybe he'll do something else. But he will be back. It's just not going to be a little bit. I think the title picture is going to go into Rollins, Orton, and Reigns. Maybe with somebody else thrown in there. But I don't know. It's definitely going to be them three. Then we had Damian Sandow, who came out as Mizdow still. I thought that was kind of weird. I thought he would have dropped that. But it was him versus Stardust. It was a quick match. Mizdow got the win with a skull-crushing finale. I don't know why he's still doing the Miz thing. But Miz came out and attacked Mizdow right after he won. Beat him up, told him he's nothing without him, blah, 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 blah. Setting up their feud. Which I hope Mizdow does and drops the Mizdow gimmick and goes back to Damian Sandow. Then we had the Raw premiere of Adrian Neville, who's just Neville now. I guess the trip from Orlando up to Stanford, you forget things like part of your name, but whatever. It was him versus Curtis Axel. Poor Curtis Axel. It seemed like the fans were getting behind him after the Royal Rumble, and WWE just squashed him. He's good in the ring, but he's not great on the mic. He's not very charismatic, and I think that's why they didn't really do anything with the Axelmania thing. Well, anything positive with it. That was a quick squash match. Neville really shined. He did great. I'm looking forward to seeing more from him. I can see him entering either the Intercontinental or the U.S. Championship picture in a little bit. He's definitely good talent. Cena comes out after that match and he issues an open challenge. I didn't think Rusev was going to come out for some reason. Just, gut instinct. But I did not expect Ambrose to be the one to come out. I was like, okay. Let's see how this goes. It was a good match. Decent spots here and there. It was pretty interesting to watch. Cena got the one and retained the title. They had a little handshake thing there. And after the match, you could tell Ambrose was kind of frustrated that he's been losing. He's lost quite a few matches back to back to back to back. I think this is going to give him a heel turn in a little bit. I think he's going to snap after losing so much, and he's going to attack whoever and go rogue, as they would say. Then we had a 6-women's Diva tag match, which was Naomi and who was she tagging with? I'm sorry, I can't. Oh, it was AJ and Paige. Sorry, it was Naomi and AJ and Paige versus the Bellas and Natalya. Okay match. This one came off as just kind of a typical Divas match. Wasn't as good as the tag match at WrestleMania. Naomi and Paige and AJ got the win after there was a distraction between the Bellas, which allowed Naomi to hit some vintage Goldust with hitting her with her ass. Goldust did that for years, and that's what I think of whenever I see her do the rear view. But yeah, they got the win. Speaking of Goldust, he came out. They came back from a commercial. And he was already out in the ring, and I was like, "All right, Goldust match. I like seeing Goldust." But then Rusev came out, and I was like, "Crap, he's gonna get his ass beat," which he did. Rusev just dominated him the whole match, put him in the accolade, and that was it. But he didn't say anything. Didn't talk about WrestleMania. Didn't talk about Cena or the U.S. title. So I'm not sure where they're taking him right now. I don't know if they'll keep him in the U.S. title picture or they're going to take Cena somewhere else and send Rusev off in another direction. I don't know. I just thought it was weird that they didn't say anything about it at all. And with Goldust, I was disappointed that they didn't renew the rivalry with Stardust. I want to see that. I want to see it play out and get some closure on it. Because I think it's weird that he's still Stardust off on the side doing it, but with no closure with him and Goldust. Hopefully they pick it back up here soon. The main event was a 6-man tag match with Rollins, Kane, and Big Show versus Randy Orton and two not surprise, but whoever he could get to tag with him. Randy Orton has this promo with Ryback, who spouted some weird stuff off. I swear sometimes he channels the Ultimate Warrior with some of the things he says. But they were all in the ring, waiting for the third person. Everybody knew it was going to be Reigns. You know, they tried to play it up, and it was obvious. When he came out, it was just like, oh, really, Reigns? Whatever. It was an okay match. Yeah, I think that was probably the weakest match of the night, besides the Divas. Wasn't really into it. It didn't last long either, but the good guys got the win. You know, Orton, Reigns, and Ryback. Randy, Reigns, Ryback. Huh, that's kind of funny. But yeah, they got the win, and that kind of closed out the actual show. After Raw, Renee Young interviewed Sting about where he's going from here, how he felt about Mania. Sting was like, yeah, I didn't get the win, but it was a great match. It felt great to be at WrestleMania, and that's what really mattered to him. I liked hearing that. It was cool that, you know, it didn't bother Sting. And then, you know, he said, oh, where am I going from here? You know, the whole crowd's chanting, Taker, Taker, Taker. And he says, whatever WWE throws at me, I'll take. Which means hopefully he'll have a couple matches here and there, and then they'll give him Taker. If they don't do Taker and Sting, WWE is a bunch of idiots, I swear. But Bo Dallas came out and gave his whole believe speech, which nobody was liking, especially Sting. He grabs Bo as he's talking his bullshit. Scorpion death drops him, and that was that. And that was Raw. It was good. It stood up for the Raw after WrestleMania. One of the better Raws I've seen in a while. They always do. They step their game up right after WrestleMania. Before and after WrestleMania are always really good Raws. And they definitely pulled through with this one. So yeah, good Raw. On a side note, yesterday, when I originally was trying to do this video, was the 30th anniversary of the first WrestleMania. It happened on that day 30 years ago. So I was going to say, oh, you know, go watch it in honor of it, but, I mean, you can still do that today. Pretty good WrestleMania. I've watched it before. There are some iconic moments, of course, the main event, and great matches here and there. A friend of mine gave me an idea for some other videos. He was talking about doing, like, fantasy matchups and talking about them and analyzing them. Great idea. I'll probably throw that in here soon. So keep an eye out for that. If you guys have any other ideas for some videos you'd like to see, or have some matchups you'd like me to, you know, talk about, leave them down in the comments below. Tell me what you think. Tell me your opinion on Raw and the videos. Subscribe, tell your friends, share, comment, and I'll see you guys next video. Thanks.